It's been 3 days since I put up the video ranting about the homophobic situation that happened with my wedding, and there have been some amazing and disappointing things that have happened since then. Hey, it's Josh, and I'm back with Ben the dog that I'm dog sitting. And wow, it has been an interesting few days. So the whole story of this has gone kind of viral. And not necessarily just this video, but like people sharing about the situation all over the place, sharing all kinds of news articles that have been writing about it. And I've been interviewed on the radio, on TV, and just bombarded with messages like nothing I've ever experienced before. So thank you so much to everybody who has been outraged on my behalf and agrees that the situation was terrible. I think like 99% of the things that I've read have been in support of what I'm going through and outrage at the situation. So I definitely appreciate that because I mean, it's the internet. You kind of expect a lot of people to be haters and trolls, but I saw very little of that. One thing I think I should address that I saw some people asking about was why I tried so hard with this particular resort. And the thing is that my fiance and I are pretty different people and we like different things and we sort of had our different criteria, and it was very difficult for us to come together and decide what resort we wanted. There were a variety of factors, price and wedding packages and location and things for our guests, and we just finally found this resort and thought, like we both thought, yes, this works for what we want. So that's why I was willing to jump through hoops to make it happen. And also it wasn't like this was an independent vendor. Like if we were just dealing with a photographer or a DJ or something like that, I probably would have given up early on. Like if they're not gonna return my emails, that's probably a warning sign. But this was a whole resort. Like maybe the receptionists are great and the cleaning staff are amazing and you know all the other people there would be great. So I figured it would be easier to just get this done than for us to try to figure out a new resort to go after. So I get why it seems strange that we tried so hard, but honestly, had I known at the beginning what the process would have been like, I wouldn't have gone through it. But you always think like, okay, well, the next call will get this done, or this email will get it done, and it just kept going. So let's go into the good news, because some amazing things have happened. I put the video up in the evening, and the next morning, the Hilton Puerto Vallarta reached out to me publicly on their social media to say that they wanted to give us an amazing wedding. Just like that, they came to our rescue. They asked people to share it with me so that I would see it. We got in touch with them and we've had a conversation with a couple people there who are so excited to have us there. They are putting out the red carpet for us. So many of their vendors are getting in on it. The photographer, the videographer, the DJ, an amazing wedding designer. I'm gonna put links to all of them in the description below because these people deserve some good publicity for the good deed that they are doing. And when they sent us the write-up of everything that was going to be included, everything said groom and groom, and it even said 2 boutonnieres. Hallelujah! I wonder what kind of special training they had to do that. Brilliant. Also, Air Canada Vacations reached out to us. They want to fly us there. Amazing. Vakaya reached out to us. They want to put us on their Lisbon cruise for our honeymoon. And a number of local photographers like Eduardo Rivera reached out to us to offer us free photos while we're in Puerto Vallarta. Amazing. I am seriously floored by the reaction from people, the interest from the media, and the generosity from these companies who are like, yeah, we want to work with you, and we're going to take it a step further. Sheraton, on the other hand, is another story. So this particular resort in Puerto Vallarta has not said anything to me or to my knowledge publicly. I haven't seen a word about this, despite the fact that I am seeing people constantly tagging them and complaining to them and leaving them bad reviews and the whole shebang. They apparently have nothing to say about the situation. A representative from the Marriott, their parent company, did reach out to me the morning after the video went up. He was very apologetic and he said that this was not acceptable and this was going to be dealt with higher up in the company and they were taking it seriously. So that's great. I thanked him for apologizing and told him I appreciated that. And then he asked me if I would consider having our wedding at a different Marriott property. And I said I was hopeful that this was a one-off and not indicative of the entire brand. He assured me it wasn't, and that he would be able to give us some great recommendations. And that was it. Got off the phone and was like, okay. I mean, no surprise the Marriott's going to say this isn't in line with what they believe in, but actions speak louder than words, so I'll wait to see the action. In the meantime, all these other companies took action and did something. Now, I don't expect them to give me the wedding of my dreams like the Hilton is. I just expect them to do something. If I go to a restaurant and I have terrible service and I make a complaint, I get my meal for free. Sometimes I get a gift card to come back again. Like, the restaurant does something other than just say, we're sorry, this isn't how it's supposed to be. So why he couldn't just say, we're going to take care of you? Again, it's not about that I need to get some sort of freebie, but even if they were just like, we're going to sponsor an LGBT event in Puerto Vallarta, or donate to an LGBTQ charity in Puerto Vallarta because of this, make a public statement on their social media. And this has only escalated since that phone call with this guy from the Marriott. He could have nipped this in the bud on that phone call, honestly, if he took some sort of action, because it's only snowballed since then. So then when I'm interviewed on radio and television and these online blogs, I'm talking about the companies that came to the rescue. And it still looks like Sheraton and therefore Marriott are the bad guys because they haven't really done anything, while these other companies have done something. It's such a PR win for the Hilton to come in and save the day, and such a PR loss for Sheraton and Marriott to basically do nothing. A phone call apologizing and saying that you'll look into it and escalate it is literally the least you could do. And maybe they are making some big decisions that take time, but you gotta make some smaller ones. You gotta be empowered to do something now, like these other companies did. How come the Hilton could offer me the wedding of my dreams the next day? Now, this whole story has especially gone viral in Puerto Vallarta, I guess. People there apparently are all talking about it. Everybody knows about it. I even read one article online about it that called it the Sheraton snafu, and it started off by saying, if you don't already know about this story, you've been living under a rock. So the journalist who wrote this article said that he called this Sheraton to speak to someone there, and he was on hold for 33 minutes. And during those 33 minutes, he repeatedly had to listen to a message that talked about how diverse and inclusive and welcoming this hotel is. I kid you not. Like, talk about a prime example of how talk is cheap. You can say that all you want on your message, but you're not walking the walk. But seems to be a bit consistent across the brand to pay lip service. And the journalist of that article wrote that someone in PR at Marriott emailed him and said that I had been apologized to and accepted the apology, and that on my request they were helping me to find other venues, which is a great stretch of the truth, because I was apologized to. I thanked them for the apology and said I appreciated that. That doesn't mean I accept the apology. And they asked me, he literally said, would you consider having your wedding at a different Marriott? And I'd understand if you wouldn't. That's what he said. And then my response was that I hoped this was an isolated incident and not, across the board at the brand. So, yes, I'm willing to hear you out and to see what other options you can give me. Not on my request. I've asked them because I've accepted their apology, like everything's just taken care of and hunky-dory. I'll link to the article below so you can read her full statement. That makes it sound like everything's just tied up in a nice bow. But really, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has tweeted and Facebooked and Instagrammed and everything about this, written stories about it, because honestly, I didn't even tag Sheraton or Marriott or anyone when I shared this. I haven't reached out to any media or any of these companies. It's all been you. These news outlets and these companies have been telling me that random people have been tagging them or sending my video to them or sending the stories to them. And so it's amazing because I just made this video to rant about this terrible situation, and you have turned it into something amazing that I can't thank you enough for. Heath and I are now so excited about our wedding and so pumped. And my faith in humanity and the internet's been restored for now. You never know what's going to happen in a few minutes. So thank you again so much to the companies who have come to the rescue, who I'm going to link in the description below. You know, when the Hilton Puerto Vallarta posted this on their Facebook, that post almost went viral. It has like 200 shares, I think, and just tons and tons and tons of comments of people praising them. Many people saying that they had status with Sheraton or Marriott and they're still going to switch to the Hilton. I mean, it's been amazing for them, and I am so glad to see that. Maybe, hopefully, Sheraton and Marriott will actually do something, but I think they really need to take a hard look at themselves, because you shouldn't take this long. It's 2019. One, I shouldn't be dealing with a homophobic situation like this at one of your hotels. And two, you should know how to get on this, be empowered to make something actually happen, turn the situation around, and do it fast. Get it done. Like, it's a PR nightmare that it could have just been taken care of much quicker. I was willing to hear from you and talk to you, and I'm just really disappointed in the lengths you went to. Are we done? I think we're done. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts or what you'd like to see from me next, more stuff from the wedding or maybe something else, and I'll be in touch soon. Bye.